Growing up, I had all of these dreams and all of these nightmares, and all of my dreams have come true in so many capacities, but my nightmares came true too. The silver lining that I've truly found is just focusing on those beautiful little moments, you know, stopping and literally smelling the roses. Taking care of my mental health started in a really negative way. Growing up, raised with so much internalized fear and shame surrounding queerness or effeminacy in my own self, I started feeling like I was gonna go to hell and I was an abomination for who I am. It truly was so isolating to feel like no one else felt like me. That was kind of the point when I realized that I needed to do something. I started seeing a therapist for the first time in college. I remember telling my therapist, you know, about these traumas that I had gone through, and I broke down crying, and he stopped me and he was like, "Rose, you are perfect." I broke down, I cried even harder hearing that because I couldn't accept it. I remember him telling me, "You're doing your best, and your best looks different every single day. And that's good enough, and that is perfect." And I was so thankful to find someone who truly understood me. It was only later that I was diagnosed with CPTSD. I realized because of the traumas that I've gone through, that has caused me to have an anxiety disorder. And when my anxiety disorder is left unchecked, that leads into a depression. I wouldn't change anything about my life because I'm thankful to be where I'm at today, and it's, you know, shaped me into who I am. But I just never wish for anybody to have to go through the same confusion and struggles that I had to go through. I'm kind of known as like the trans Google girl. I have this level of patience for people who have ignorance about my community, because I used to be just as ignorant growing up. You know, I didn't know the word transgender growing up. I didn't have a queer friend growing up. So I'm thankful for that level of vulnerability that our community shares with each other, but also shares with the outside world. Especially, you know, those of us who choose to be visible online, in front of the camera, on stages, in the laws, on the streets. So much of learning who we are is unlearning everything that we've been told to be. And I think that's just as true for myself as it is for my gender, as it is for my sexuality, as it is for my mental health. I truly think for me, one of the most radical acts of self-love that I was able to give myself was to finally have surgery. It was at the point when I finally decided the opinions of other people have nothing to do with me in my life. It was night and day difference before and after having breast augmentation for me, because everyone around me immediately noticed how much more outgoing I was again. A lot of people told me I reminded them of myself before coming out as trans, because I lost so much of my confidence in the discrimination, harassment, assaults that I had to face early on in my transition. But truly, it was such a larger internal change within me of allowing myself to show myself some love that I deserved and that every trans person truly deserves. My self-love journey has been accepting my trans identity and affirming my body into the woman that I've always felt inside.